How do I find a good poly or kink-friendly therapist? This is Reid from readaboutsex.com.
Cathy from the intimacydojo.com.
And someone wrote in and said they were looking for a therapist, and they weren't sure how to find someone who was poly or kink-friendly. I think one of the first things I would do is ask your community.
What if you don't have a community?
If you don't have a community?
Yeah.
If you can find one, great. You can Google, depending on where you live, you could literally Google poly or kink-friendly therapist. But like in Dallas, I know there were a couple, but they didn't advertise for that because they would have gotten a lot of flack. So
how did you find them?
What people did was they joined like the poly group on Facebook, or they had an anonymous Facebook account, and they went in and joined and asked for that.
Got it.
Or they went to some meetups and they would ask. What would you recommend to people?
No, I mean that's good. I mean you can opening up. I think it's .net is the website for Tristan Taormino's book, Opening Up, and I know that she has a resource section there. You could go to your local adult sex toy store, especially if it's women-owned or kind of like feminist sex toy store, and ask.
Or the dungeon if you're kinky.
Or the dungeon if you're kinky, and ask there. The people that work in those kinds of venues will often have resource lists. You can certainly email me, but I might not know somebody in your area. That's where I would start. And, if you live in a small town that's very conservative, there might be a poly or kink-friendly therapist there, but like Cathy just said, who's not advertising because they don't want backlash.
Yeah, so the nice thing is more and more people are working on Skype or doing distance coaching. They usually have to be in the same state for insurance, if you have insurance, from what I understand. But you can also just go in and ask them. A lot of people feel like if they get an appointment with a therapist, they kind of need to stick with that therapist versus calling up and saying, hey, is this person, are you kink or poly friendly?
Yeah, there might be therapists who know other therapists as well.
Or can you recommend,
Sure.
Or just spending the first 10 minutes of a session actually interviewing them to figure out if they're a good fit for you. Because even if they're poly and kink friendly, they may have other things that make them not a good fit for you.
Yeah. Loving More is another is a national poly organization. You can check their resource page as well. They would probably know a bunch of places, and you could also go to ASECT, which is the American Association for Sex Educators, Counselors, and Therapists, and check and see if they have a resource page as well, because that might also have that listed by region.
Yeah, we hope this helps. Please leave comments below any thoughts you have.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really, like...